Wow. Just wow. Hello there. I'm Scotty or not. Welcome to the Wrestling Corner where we talk all things wrestling. And, oh boy, are we going to talk. Because they screw the pooch on this Royal Rumble match. The women's was obvious. But there was also an obvious winner in the men's. And they didn't do it. And I know, well, you're going to get all, being biased. But no, there was literally no other logical choice given what happened last year. And they screwed the pooch. But the Royal Rumble 2025 has just happened. And I'm not in a very good mood, as you could tell. So, when it comes to competitors, the men's Royal Rumble was better. Because I felt like the women's lacked surprises. Where there was more of a surprise-ish. To me, there were only two real surprises in the women's. Not for the men's. Really. There were, let's see. One, technically, kinda. Two, well, three. We'll count him as three. I don't know. To me, a surprise is not dictated by, like, a surprise to me is not someone from WWE or NXT that wasn't announced. Like, NXT superstars showing up, to me that's not a surprise, because you can expect someone from NXT to show up, or someone who from WWE who hasn't been announced yet, unless they're on an injury, or it's someone who's a free agent, or from another company that's connected to WWE, or like a celebrity or something. Those are legitimate surprises. So I don't count any NXT superstars, which mostly were in the women's, to be surprises. Only two of the women that showed up were surprises to me. Anyway. But, yeah, so the show started. So before I get started, I got something to say. Itch. I was going to record my reactions for the women's and men's Royal Rumble matches. However, my headphones were not cooperating with me. They work fine in my phone. I can listen to music. Only one side works. But I couldn't get it to work in my Xbox controller or try plugging it straight into the TV. I couldn't get it to work. So, unfortunately, no reaction videos, which is sad because you would have got some good reactions out of me. Yeah. So we started, like I thought, with the women's Royal Rumble match. Some people on the internet were saying, oh, let's start with the tag match and do it. So, no, we always got, because there's two Rumble matches. You got to start with one and end with one. So the women's Royal Rumble match is first. First two competitors. Number one, Io Sky. Number two, Liv Morgan. I don't know why there were some people saying that Io Sky was going to win. No offense to Big LT, who wanted her to win too, but I don't think there was any kind of scenario where she could have been considered, because I just don't know. I just couldn't see it. So yeah, and Liv Morgan, I'm glad she was at number two. She lasted a while, but not, I'm not gonna go beat for beat here, because what I can remember I'll say. But number three, Roxanne Perez, who lasted pretty long. She was the last two. She was in the last two with the winner, of course. Much respect, I guess. Number four, Lyra Valkyria. Hey. Yay. Not a fan, but yay. Number five, Chelsea Green. Yeah, and she's saying she's going to win from number five. Okay, sure. Number six, I thought was Bianca, but ended up being B-Fab. No, that's not racist. I don't know music anymore. And when she came out, it looked like Bianca. And then they're like, it's Big Fab. And I'm like, no, that's oh. I don't know why I thought that. She got red hair. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Number 7, Ivy Nile. And she's all muscle thing. Whatever. Penny. Yeah. Number 8, Zoe Stark from the Pure Fusion Collective. It's hard to say. I don't know, team stupid name. Yeah, number 9, Last Legend from NXT's. Again, not a surprise because anyone from NXT could show up. Doesn't matter. You could predict anyone from NXT. They could show up. You know, if you can write it down and you don't know, you know, if you could write it down for some, oh, it's obvious. Oh, you know, NXT Last Legend could show up. To me, it's not a surprise. Number 10, actually Bianca Belair. Number 11, Shayna Baszler. So 2 from Pure Fusion Collective. I thought they were building up to something that doesn't happen. Number 12, Bayley. And then Michael starts bragging about, oh, you know, she could join the back-to-back winners like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, and Shawn Michaels, and Cody Rhodes. And I'm just like, nah, she's not. She's not. Number 13 is Sonya Deville. Now the Pure Fusion Collective stupid name team is now together. So I was convinced that they were because they're acting like these 3 were like badasses, even though Shayna Baszler's a badass and Zoe Stark should do more, but Sonya Deville hasn't been in anything in a while. They're trying to build them up, and I'm thinking, so they're building them up so that when Jordynne Grace shows up, which obviously she was going to, she could take all 3 of them out. But it doesn't happen. They get eliminated before that even happens. So, yeah. Number 14 is Maxine Dupree, and apparently she has something going on with Ivy Nile. She eliminates Ivy Nile and is celebrating too much and gets eliminated by Zoe Stark or something. I don't know. Number 15 was my randomly selected pick, and it was Naomi. Yeah, didn't feel blessed there. My men's one was even more disappointing for me anyway, because well, you'll understand when we get to it. Number 16 was Jada Parker from NXT. I guess that's a bit of a surprise. I'll put her as a surprise. For me, it's 3. I did not expect her. Last Legend was one that was kind of obvious, but you know. Number 17 is Piper Niven. 17, not 70. Number 17 is Piper Niven. So now Chelsea Green has someone to help her, but accidentally she gets knocked out by Piper Niven. So Chelsea does that. Number 18 is out, and it's Natalya. Yay. Number 19 is Jordynne Grace, and Michael Cole shouts out, well, she was in the Rumble last year, but now it's official. She's with the WWE. We know this, Michael. She does pretty good in this match, but she ends up getting eliminated. And a number of people, again, much like with this guy, saying she's going to win, and I'm just like, no. She's obviously going to go to NXT, and there's nothing, I'm nothing against her. I actually like her very much. But I just don't think they have the space on the main roster right now. There's too much going on with the other women. She'd get lost in the shuffle, I think. Send her to NXT, have her do something there. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Number 20 is Michin. I always feel connected to number 20s because my birthday is the 20th. But this was just like, eh. Number 21 literally blew my socks off, and I wasn't wearing socks. And it gave me the realization that we were all fucking worked. We were all worked. Because number 21 was Alexa Bliss. And it's not just a case of, oh, they made a deal before she was able to go. No. We were worked. We were fucking worked. Because she comes out. There's no words. She comes out. She's walking. Then Michael Cole says, I thought she was gone. The dirt sheets were saying she was done. And I went, fuck, we were worked. We were worked. When you have Michael Cole say something like that, they're obviously gloating in our faces. We got you, we got you. There was no problem with the deal. If you don't know, it was reported. The dirt sheets were reporting that they were trying to make a deal, and she wanted a new deal, and WWE wanted her to continue with the same deal she was gonna have that she had before she went on pregnancy leave, and that they couldn't come to a deal, so she was almost pretty much done. That was a work. We got worked. Number 22 is Selena Vega. Number 23 is Candice LeRae. Number 24 is, and listen very closely, commentators, Stephanie Vakir. Because they couldn't say the damn name right. They'd say Vakar or Vakir. It's Vakir. Number 25, the other surprise, Trish Stratus. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, even Loomis is like, God, no! Like, why? Why is she... Well, it was Loomis because it slipped out. I'm like, God, no! I'm like, why did I say it like Loomis? I don't know. But she's there. Number 26, Raquel Rodriguez. Number 7, Charlito. Yes, Charlito comes out number 27. And that's what I was just like, well, it's got to be. We'll get to it. Number 28 is Julia. And number 29 was my friend Brandon's pick, and it was Nia Jax, and I started laughing. I'm like, I messaged him, I was like, dude, you got Nia Jax. He's like, really? Yeah. And number 30 pissed me off. So, there were people who were saying, and I'm not pissed off because of this part, but like people were saying, Punk was hitting at something, AJ Lee's going to come back. AJ Lee's going to come back. I was one saying, no, she's probably not. She's done. People keep saying it. Every year, they keep talking about Becky Lynch. Sorry, that's my thing. Talking about AJ Lee. I was convinced it was Becky Lynch. And then Nikki Bella popped up, and I'm like, I don't care for Nikki Bella. And if what I suspect is true, because I thought about this when we got to the men's match, John Cena came out. I'm like, because to think about this timeline, all right? So she was with John Cena, did the whole proposal thing, it didn't work out. She breaks up with him and gets married, has a baby. The guy that she married does bad things, but now that she no longer has a husband and a family, and now John Cena has announced his retirement, she is now, me too, I'm gonna come back, me too, because I gotta be in the spotlight, I gotta be won over, acknowledge me, hello, I gotta have attention. Don't pay attention to John Cena, pay attention to me. That's all it is. She just wants some fucking attention. And that's all it is. Because, 2 weeks after John Cena comes back and says he wants to have his final run and win the Royal Rumble, she's like, oh, well, I want to do it too. Come on. So we get down to the final 5 or 6. And it was Nikki Bella, Nia Jax, Julia, Charlotte, Roxanne Perez. And I'm looking at who's in the ring, and I just went, so Charlotte's winning this, huh? And sure enough, she won. It was obvious because, when you start playing these promos for her return, instead of letting her be a surprise like she should have, it's obvious that you're pushing her that she's going to win. So you're pushing her to, you're giving her a push. So, yeah, it was obvious. It was very obvious she was winning. Which, I can't be mad because she would have been my pick if we were picking people. I'd have been like, yeah, obviously it's going to be Charlotte. But, whatever. So that was it. That was done. She won. Sure. Did she need to? She eliminated Roxanne Perez, which I would have had all the respect in the world if Roxanne won. But I just don't see. I think I said the same thing about the guy who won the men's rumble. But I just don't think she's still in NXT, and I don't think she's ready. She's got an she's got an NXT Women's Title match. Because even though we got rid of rematches years ago, we're still gonna give them rematches for some reason. Because we don't know how to book things otherwise. Because they're like, oh, we're getting rid of rematch clauses, but that's not how rivalries work. So we have to keep booking rematches. So even though we got rid of the rematch clause, we're still going to have 3 consecutive matches from the same people. Because that's how rivalries work. I don't know. But, yeah. Then we get what's a pretty decent tag team match that is 2 out of 3 falls between DIY and Motor City Machine Guns, which is good. And then the ending is... So, DIY got the first fall. Machine Guns got the second fall. So it's down 1-1. Which is what I like. I don't like it when they just have a team get both falls and that's it. I like the 1-1. Each team's got a fall. So it looks like the Machine Guns are going to win, but I was like, there's no way something's going to happen. 2 masked individuals, which are revealed to be the Street Profits. It's a little racist to have 2 black guys come up with face masks on, don't you think so there, Paul? Little racist. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And they attacked the Machine Guns and cost them a match, and they attacked DIY. And they're like, well, what's going on? What's going on? You know, it was DIY that attacked them. Yeah, but they want the tag titles, so they're gonna attack both competitors because they're in a tag division. Yeah. Yeah. So then we have Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. I refuse to call it undisputed because it's not undisputed when you have another champion. I also want to comment that there's way too much in between this. These stuff like between the women's Royal Rumble match and the tag match, there wasn't really. You know, they showed the clip thing, but you know. I also panned to some legends. And by the way, they panned to Kurt Angle and they broke fucking kayfabe. Because he's sitting there with his daughter and she's got his medals around her neck. Michael Cole says, for the first time ever since 1995, those medals are the medals that he won in 1995 for the first time ever. He's taken them out of their case and brought them out in the public. And I went, wait, what? No, bullshit? Huh? So you tell me the ones that he was... They're basically telling you... Remember those ones that he was carrying around for all those years and it was precious to him and Eddie stole them, Guerrero stole them, and all that. They're fake. They just broke... What? 26 years of kayfabe with the gold medals that Kurt Angle was carrying around, and basically told us those shit were fake. That shit was fake. Wow. That is that's terrible. They showed a bunch of legends there, but you know, some of those legends I would like to see in the Royal Rumble, like RVD, who's just standing at ringside. Why wasn't he could have showed up, you know. Like I said, we had John Cena versus Kevin Owens, and again, much like with there was no way that Kevin Owens was winning this, but it was a decent match, pretty good match, and mid ladders, you know, Sami Zayn comes out, he didn't really get involved, he was just there, I guess, you know, but the match ended. Kevin Owens tried to hit the package powerbomb onto the ladder. Cody reversed it into an Alabama slam onto a ladder. And then, confusingly, Cody Rhodes goes up to the top. And they keep showing Kevin Owens. They told this man, when he put you through the ladder, just stay upside down and don't move. Because he literally stays there till after the match when the paramedics come to check on him. They don't. They act like they were going to stop the match a couple times. But here's the confusing thing. So, Cody goes up and detaches both belts separately. All you had to do was lift that thing out and do it that way. But no, he wanted to do them separately. It took more time. But yeah, obviously Cody was going to win, and he'll defend his title against whoever. At this point, I really don't know. I assume they're going to do a elimination chamber for whoever the winner of the Royal Rumble doesn't pick. Speaking of which, let's talk about this clusterfuck of a match, okay? So, from the start of this match, I was rolling my eyes because they just can't resist themselves. So, number 1, number 2, Rey Mysterio and Penta. So, originally, if you don't remember, the plan was that Rey Mysterio was going to find a tag team partner to face the Judgment Day or something. Someone. Was it the Judgment Day? No. It was in the fight. Who was it? Who the hell was it? Some tag team. I don't remember who it was. The Creed Brothers, maybe? I think. I don't know. So, against the team. But then that was switched, and Penta made his debut not even on the Netflix show like it was supposed to, but on his own day against Chad Gable. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, no, it was. It wasn't the Creed Brothers, because that was the whole thing. Who was it? I don't know. I don't remember. But then people are like, okay, just keep Penta away from the LWO. But like, what I'm talking about is that WWE has done this for years. Every time a Mexican or Latino wrestler comes into WWE, it's like it's a rite of passage to have to face Rey Mysterio or something, right? Alberto Del Rio shows up, his first opponent, Rey Mysterio. Andrade shows up on the main roster, his first opponent, Rey Mysterio. And now, technically, not his first opponent, but you know what I mean, the first rivalry, I should say. But not, I don't know. And this is different, but like, and then Michael Cole says, 2 of the greatest luchadors in wrestling history, and I'm like, so Chad Gable's number 3, right? Sure enough, here he comes. I'm like, I called it. It's too obvious, being too obvious. Number 4 is Carmelo Hayes. Number 5 is Santos Escobar, who is wrongly called a luchador, because to be a luchador, you have to wear a mask. And Santos does not wear a mask, so he's not a luchador. Sorry, wrong answer. You lose. Number 6 is Otis. Oh yeah. He goes out to Chad Gable, of course. Number 7 is Brandon's pick, my friend Brandon's pick, and that's Braun Breaker. Not a bad pick, but at number 7, I don't know. Here's the first thing that broke me. Oh my God! Now I rolled my eyes at the first thing, but that I was ready. I let that go. This one I cannot, and it doesn't even make sense because they didn't do anything with what they were trying to do, but. Akira Tozawa was number 8, but he was too injured or something. And so they I don't know what happened. Did Braun Breaker spear him, or he's just injured or something? And then Triple H said, we need a number 8, we need number 8. And I thought he was saying, it's me. And I'm like, there's no way he's going to be in this. No, what he was saying was, speed, you're in the Rumble. As in, I show speed. And I went, no. Here's the reason why. So they had this one thing. I'm getting sick of this constant panning to celebrities every week. The Netflix on Raw thing was fine, but they're doing this every goddamn week now, and it gets annoying. And they're doing the Legends too. Focus on what's in the ring stuff. You don't need to focus on celebrities or wrestlers in the crowd. Okay, you don't need to do that. It's annoying. But apparently there was some kind of face-off between I Show Speed, and Kai Cenat. I don't know who the fuck that is. I barely know who I Show Speed is. And the problem is they make a big deal out of these guys. Like, everyone's supposed to know who they are. And I'm pretty sure only about 2 people know who they are. Because when I Show Speed showed up at WrestleMania, I thought it was KSI. And like, I Show Speed. I'm like, oh. And they're like, look who's here. It's Kai Cenat. And I'm like, Who? Get actual celebrities on your show, okay? YouTubers are not celebrities, because if they were, I'd be a celebrity, and I'm not. I'm a fat guy who talks to a camera for 45 minutes. That's it. That's all. But no, ISO Speed comes out, he gets speared by Braun Breaker, and he's out. And the reason they were saying, oh, both of them are going to be in the Royal Rumble. People were saying, oh, both going to be in the Royal Rumble so they can face off. I'm like, no, that's stealing a spot from the superstar. And this is kind of like that, but it's Akira Tozawa. They really could have just put another wrestler in there. Number 9 is Sheamus. Number 10 is Jimmy Uso. Doesn't stay in long enough to work with his brother. Number 11 is Andrade. Number 12 is Jacob Fatu, which they make a big deal about, you know. Number 13 is Ludwig Kaiser. I demand. Number 14 is The Miz. Number 15, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. And 2, Ben Allison from Wrestle Republic, who made his list about superstars who won't appear and said that he will not appear because he's on Jericho Cruise. Well, to you. And yes, I read the comment on the post that he was at WrestleCon or whatever, but still, you were wrong. Yeah, number 16 is Roman Reigns. Number 17 is Drew McIntyre. Number 18 is Finn Balor with shitty music because Alter Bridge's contract with WWE is up. Number 19 is Shinsuke Nakamura with decent ancient Japanese music. Number 20 is Jey Uso. Number 20. He's number 20. God damn. You make it hard to be mad. Number 21 is AJ Styles with his original theme. You don't want none. You don't want none. Hey. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. They gave him his music back. This was it's a surprise. I'll give it to you. That's a surprise. But, you know, it was, people did kind of predict, AJ Styles might show up, but I wasn't sure anyway. Number 22 is Braun Strowman, which pissed me off because I'm like, they did that angle where Jacob Fatu busted him up, bleeding from the mouth, internal bleeding and all that shit, and they couldn't even wait a week. They're gonna all that internal bleeding and he's only injured for a week. Come on, be more realistic. Be more realistic than that. You should have been out for like a month if they were gonna do it. What was the point of doing that angle? That makes the match even more bullshit because they couldn't even keep going through with it. Let me get 3 bangers in a row here. John Cena, number 23. Number 24 is CM Punk. Number 25 is Seth Rollins. 3 in a row. But they made it too obvious that something was going to happen because like John Cena comes out, he does a little thing, then CM Punk comes out, and then they all just kind of stand there when Seth Rollins comes out. And by the way, do they not have set intervals? Because sometimes it feels like it takes forever for them to come out. And then in the case of these 3, it felt like it was only like 30 seconds between each. Like, way too quick here. Number 26 is Dominic Mysterio. Number 27 is Sami Zayn. Number 28 was my pick, and it was Damian Priest. Y'all know how I feel about Damian Priest, so obviously I was pissed. I don't care for Damian Priest. I think I don't like that they're pushing him as a main event star. He's not. He's mid-card at best. Number 29 was LA Knight, and this is when I realized, by process of elimination, Logan Paul was number 30. And then they ruined it. They had all this star power. Everything was going great, and they blew it. Because within a span, you had Roman Reigns was eliminated, Seth Rollins was eliminated, and then CM Punk was eliminated. No, you cannot do that. And I'm not being biased. It's common sense. You cannot have him go all the way to the end of the Royal Rumble that he was supposed to win last year, by the way, get injured, have him come back, do all of this, and not have him win the Royal Rumble. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. So I was convinced at this point that Logan Paul was going to win due to the rumors that he's going to face Gunther for the world title at WrestleMania, and that was going to be that's Vince McMahon level. So fuck you, I'm doing what I want. They even have a spot earlier where Logan Paul is on the. This is kind of stupid because common sense dictates that it couldn't work. That someone could have done something. So he and Allnette were going at it. And he's trying to push him out, but Logan Paul jumps from the ring apron to the announce table and just stands there. So if I were LA Knight, go into the bottom rope, go out and throw his ass off the announce table and get back in. Hello, common sense. Because everything's planned out, can't do that. So common sense is out the window. But it's very obvious that's what you do. You go under the bottom rope, you go out, you throw him off, and you get back in the ring. No. So I was convinced at this point it was down to, what was it, Logan Paul, John Cena, and Jey Uso. And I even messaged Big LT and I said, you realize Logan Paul is winning, right? He's like, no, Cena is. Well, you were both wrong. Logan Paul gets eliminated. I thought, because he eliminates, who was it? AJ Styles. So I thought that they're leaning towards that maybe. But then I'm like, okay, Logan Paul's going to win. And he doesn't. So I'm like, oh, they're going to give it to Cena. They're going to give it to Cena. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. I said that when he came back. That he's like, oh, all I need to do is win Royal Rumble. And I go to WrestleMania. And people were like, and people wrongfully keep saying Cena deserves to win his 17th championship. I don't want that because they need to focus on current superstars and not nostalgia trips. Cena winning the 17th championship would have been fine about 6 years ago when he was still a main attraction, when he was still a competitor that stayed around. You know what I mean? Like part of the actual main roster and not a part-timer. Full-time member. Not a part-timer. I just don't see it. But then Cena gets eliminated and Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble. Again, no. Jey is not ready for that. So he's going to lose because he's obviously not going to win. I've been saying this for a while now. When they keep putting him in world title matches, why are you doing that? He's not a main event. Despite his nickname, Main Event Jey Uso, he is not main event material yet. He's barely broken out of the tag team scene. You realize he's only been separated from Jamie for a year, right? That is not long enough for him to go from tag team to mid-card to main event. Since he will spend years crawling to get that. Crawling and bleeding to get to that. And he goes from being in a tag team for years to getting the mid-card title, losing it right away, by the way, to now in the main event of WrestleMania. No, plain and simple, CM Punk should have won this damn match. And the only reason they did this was because there were obvious choices. The three obvious choices in this match were John Cena, Logan Paul, and CM Punk. And they decided, let's get rid of all the obvious choices and throw a wild card in there. But now what are you going to do? Because now you're stuck with this guy in the main event of WrestleMania and he doesn't deserve to be there. All due respect to Jey Uso, he's a great competitor. But a main event star, he is not. I'd have been pissed I'm pissed that CM Punk didn't win. I'd been very pissed if it was Logan Paul. Cena, I would have understood. This makes no goddamn sense to me. It makes no sense from a booking standpoint because I just don't see him as a main event player like Damian Priest. Although I like Jey Uso more than Damian Priest. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. It's like Triple H decided, I don't care about booking anymore. This WrestleMania is on track to me to suck. It's like last year WrestleMania 40 was a great one. Like WrestleMania 31, right? WrestleMania 30 was great. WrestleMania 30, we're doing this all over again, right? WrestleMania 30 was great. WrestleMania 31, pretty good. WrestleMania 32 sucked. What do we got? WrestleMania 39, good. Ending sucked. WrestleMania 40, better. And now we gotta have one that sucks, apparently. Yo, Vince McMahon booking thing. Because to me, who's Jay gonna face? Cody? To me, it feels like Logan versus Gunther is out the window. Because I don't think Jay and Cody is gonna happen. But then who is Cody gonna face? Because they can have a Elimination Chamber match, and they're probably gonna have to put both brands in. And to me, once again, the only choice is CM Punk, because he needs that main event spot at WrestleMania. And if they drop the ball again, then I don't know. And it also seems to me that Cody needs to lose the title at WrestleMania. No disrespect. But, we need to do that because he's held it. I'm sick of these long-ass reigns, by the way. Because I don't know. It just seems too long. Now, when did Gunther win it? SummerSlam? So he hasn't been that long. But it just feels like we can only change the main titles to either SummerSlam or WrestleMania. That's what it feels like. Why not throw it down at a Bash in Berlin or the very badly titled Clash in Paris. You can't even say Clash at the Tower. Come on. Yep. I don't know. It started out as a good night. I had my Culvers, my drink. It was a good night. Women's Royal Rumble wasn't bad. The two matches in between weren't bad. And this match was going pretty good until they decided to blow the winner. That came out wrong. To blow it on the winner. To ruin it with the winner. I'm sorry. No disrespect to Jey Uso. I have mad respect for the guy. He's not it. I'm sorry. It was the wrong choice. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the 2025 Royal Rumble? Comment so much, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scott, and I'll see you in the next one.